Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much for your great support. Consider to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this channel, and also drop your opinion at the comment section below after you've just watched the video. I believe that this video is going to find you well wherever you are. The revealed is that Ruto Raila is playing both Kalonzo and Ichungwa. As all eyes are set in Bomas. So today's analysis, we are going to share how Ruto and Raila playing Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Kimani Ichungwa, and the rest. But before I do that, if this might be your first time at Zion Kenya TV YouTube channel, I request you just take a 1 second, click that subscriptions button and subscribe the channel. In that next time when I upload to you such kind of a video, the video will automatically come to your YouTube platform. After you've watched, give a thumb of like. To the members, I thank you so much. There's something that we don't understand in the Republic of Kenya. As we all went to vote very early in the morning, with the hope of that one day, the vision that young Kenyans are having will come to pass. But we didn't recall on what the ex-president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta told us, that before we go for election, we must wisely elect the leaders that we desire. But I don't know what is always happening with the IBC. Do you think IBC is corrupt? For most of the time, they don't fulfill the Kenyans' dream on an election. As all right now, our eyes are set again at Bomas, that after every election, there must be a complaint. So in this today's analysis, I want us to mention some key points here. Why Ruto and Raila are playing Kalonzo Musyoka and Kimani Ichungwa plus the rest. It is true that at the moment Kenyans are going to achieve nothing. It is true that at the Bomas they are just buying time for Kenyans. And it is true that Raila have declined to himself together with Ruto. And Ruto is also working a mindful in its own field. The same way we are seeing Raila has lost the direction from his supporters. So this is how Ruto and Raila is playing their cards. When we recall the Runda meeting leak between Anne Waiguru and Kimani Ichungwa, it is a reflection on what Ruto is doing with Raila as at now. When we also consider Kimani Ichungwa's speech last month at Githurai, that there will be no handshake, of which Kenyans does not want as at now. But the deal talking is true between Raila and Ruto. These people are just buying time. And that is why we are seeing Ruto and Raila already have a deal talking tough, and Raila is dismissing Ruto in public in order to confuse his diehard supporters. Then I also ask myself in another world, that do you think Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua can have a handshake? Then what if they have a handshake? How will this be dangerous to President William Samoei Ruto? The issue of living is number one, but not the major issue at Bomas. The major issue is just IBC to open servers. The major issue is that Azimio leaders to be given lion's share in Kenya Kwanza government. And how is Raila Ruto related on these deals? Ruto have completed himself with Raila because he wants to rule peacefully for one term. That is why we are seeing him. He have reduced his tone, though he command as a president that there will be no demos, but at the behind they speak. The same way Raila is saying that this and that will not happen again unless these people speak. So as Kimani Ichungwa, Ndini Nyoro are juvenile politicians who are being used just to buy time as a stepping stone for Ruto not to decline with Raila again under his administration. And it is very true again that the foreigners are in this, and it will come to pass. Then lastly, the truth is that the foreigners are the one who ensured that Ruto clinch into power. They checked on Raila and saw him as a strongest opposition. Therefore, they concluded by themselves that this man deserves that. And up to now, is still disturbing Ruto. The tough question is this, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Ruto Raila play game is going to be the best for the future Kenyans? With me, I support it. No. Why? They have betrayed Kenyans. What we need is just peace. What we need is just economy to be reduced. High living standard to be reduced. Or I mean the cost of living that have thwarted several of Kenyans. That as we speak now, no one, only a few, can afford the sugar and the flour on the table, which has ever happened in the history of Kenya for the first presidency term limit. When we recall Uhuru's first presidency term limit was different with William. Kalonzo is a strong and a long-term politician. Even he knows that this man is buying time. And if I may ask, why do you think Raila cannot one day stand in public and endorse someone in Nyanza as a kingpin? Is it because of political interest? And that is why he is now dealing with Ruto. But the truth is that these people have played both Kalonzo and Kimani Ichungwa. Bomas is just a wastage of time. And it will come to pass. One day you'll remember me with this. However, how tough is it? So the technical reason is the legal hurdles that most Kenyans are now passing through. But the bigger question at Bomas is only to address their political desires, of which both Ruto and Raila had agreed before. And that is why they chose Kalonzo, to silence him. That is why they chose Kimani Ichungwa, because Kimani Ichungwa used to speak a lot in Kenya Kwanza, in order to silence the rest. If I may ask another question, do you always listen to Ndini Nyoro on how he used to speak before? The other side, in Azimio, do you always listen to Narok Senator on how he used to speak before? Junet Mohammed on how he used to speak before? Baba Wino on how he used to speak before? But what we require or we desire from our heart is only peace. It is very tough to understand the political unless you have skill and knowledge that might drive you what is happening in the ground. The game began when Samia Suluhu visited Kenya. They refused, she didn't. Then Ruto paid her a visit. So all the discussion they made with Raila was reflected to William. The game began when Obasanjo met Raila. The ex-president Uhuru Kenyatta paid a visit to Nigeria. They all met and discussed. As you saw, the senator from United States of America had a meeting with Raila, then later with Ruto. So that is what is going on as at now. What we don't know is how will Raila's position will be created in Kenya Kwanza. And how will Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, react? But as now, Kenyans need peace. But the truth is revealed that how Ruto and Raila is playing Kalonzo and Kimani Ichungwa is well explained from today's analysis. What are your views, ladies and gentlemen? If it is true, drop your comment at the comment section. Because Kenya is a democratic country where you are all freed according to our constitution. But the truth remains, Bomas is just wastage of time. So sad. For how long will we wait for trustworthy politicians? For how long will we wait for those who have vision and mission in our lives?